Welcome to a new Daily Top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What critically acclaimed movie is hated now? The Blind Side. This movie sucked so hard. Even as a young teenager watching it, it was like, he scored high in protective instincts. Face with spiral eyes. As a Canadian, I remember thinking, WTF kind of classes are these Americans taking? Tears of joy. Any movie that pulls that, you changed his life, no. He changed mine, unironically should be added to a list of shit movies and derided until the screenwriters apologize. My dad is pretty good at keeping his mouth shut. But apparently he couldn't take it anymore during the scene when the two husband and wife were summing up how well things were going with their little charity case. He was like, this is so fake and stupid. Quote, my mom was telling me later, your father is so cynical. Quote, and I remember thinking, he's not wrong. Back then, we hadn't heard the term, white savior, yet. But I think that was what was bothering us. I looked up this movie and the guy it's based on. Crazy. The guy now plays for the NFL and is suing his adoptive family for not actually adopting him and for making money from the movie when he made nothing from it. Song of the South won Oscars and had one of the most iconic Disney songs in the last half of the 20th century. Now Disney has more or less scrubbed it completely from availability. Even at the time that movie was under intense criticism and scrutiny. The NAACP picketed the movie. The congressman for NY Harlem District literally said Walt Disney is not welcome near my constituency. It's criticized today, but it's always been a controversial film. The Klan hated it too. Despite being filled with negative stereotypes, it actually tried to depict some unity. There are internal memos from the company talking about how they are trying to walk a line between the Negro lovers and the Negro haters. They managed to actually just make everyone mad. Very good point. There's an important distinction between, this wasn't considered racist at the time, and, they knew it was racist but people were okay with it because they were racist. That often gets lost in these conversations. Wasn't American Sniper critically acclaimed until they found out the guy made a bunch of it up? On the other hand, Catch Me If You Can is pretty much all bullshit and the movie still rules. A scam artist made up his entire scam career and became famous and everyone believed him. If scamming people into pretending you are a scammer isn't the ultimate scam, I don't know what is. The book is fucking fascinating. I'm a vet and I've read a ton of guys' memoirs. But it was so entertaining to read such a modern account from a guy who was wholly incapable of introspective thought. He was a true believer. We are righteous. They are savages, and they want him and his dead because they pray to Tex and Jesus. The part about him claiming to have found WMDs out in the desert was an Inspector Gadget kind of reach. A fun game is to read American Sniper back to back with something like House to House. It's so fucking obvious what is coming from actual, real painful memories. And what is the literary equivalent of the guy in the bar who ran triple classified black ops with a unit that doesn't exist? Don't even try to look it up, bro. Quote, this is also the guy that claimed he found people looting during Katrina and just straight up shot them. It would have been spectacularly illegal if he had actually done so. 'Cause you can't shoot people for stealing. But law enforcement never charged him. Probably because he made it up. Not sure why anyone would lie about committing a horrific felony. That has always fascinated me. You are, legit, one of the baddest men alive. And you still can't stop running your mouth. Guy could have roundhouse kicked his way out the womb. And he'd toss in, yeah, sprained my ankle ruck marching the night before. So I had to use my left foot. Doc panicked, couldn't handle the stress, yeah no. Anyways, he came at me with the scalpel. The book is mostly bullshit. He was not well regarded at all among the special operations community. Hated long before he wrote books. They knew he made it up well before the movie came out since it was based on a book that was heavily debunked prior to release. Ask Jesse Ventura. They made the movie anyway and it got critical acclaim despite this. Chris Kyle is a liar. Ask Jesse Ventura. Yup. Imagine being such a huge fucking liar. You make up a story about a man that can prove you're a liar. Chris was such an asshole. I was glad Jesse won the lawsuit and I don't even like Jesse. Ask Jesse Ventura anything if you want him to talk over you for an hour. Very entertaining though. I haven't seen anyone mention Captain Phillips yet. Apparently the real-life guy was warned to take a much wider berth around the Horn of Africa. Specifically BC of the threat of pirates. But he wanted to save time and hope. What do you know? There were pirates. Apparently the crew was pissed the movie made him look like such a hero when the situation was basically his fault. I am with you. I can't stand movies about real-life events where someone does something stupid and then people die trying to fix it. The perfect storm. No one told you to go fishing in the middle of 2 hurricanes. All those deaths are on you, Captain. And I do not pity you at all. Everest, I don't care if the postman can't afford another try at the peak. There are safety protocols in place for a reason. Follow them. Let the postman climb for free next time if you feel so bad. I don't think Everest takes the position that these guys were making smart moves. The whole tension of the movie is watching a bunch of people make a series of mistakes out of ego, or pity or spite that they maybe could have gotten away with individually, or if nature didn't take a turn on them, but ended up turning into a cascading clusterfuck. It's very human and tragic. The crew sued him and the ship line after as well and won.